Hi, everybody. My name is Eric Johnson. I'm the creator and CEO of Teamzy. I'm very excited to be here with you guys tonight. We are going to have a ton of fun. Here's what I'm going to do. Tonight's topic is how to slay your Beachbody business in less than an hour a day with Teamzy. Okay, and what I'm going to show you guys tonight is literally how to do that. But I want to also, well, let's do some housekeeping before we get started. So I'm going to present for about 35 minutes, 40 minutes tops, okay? And it's going to be hard for me because I like to talk, but I'm going to keep it to that. And then we'll do a Q&A. If you guys look down here at the bottom of the screen, there's a little button that says Q&A. You can start putting questions in there. I will stay and answer every question, okay? So just so you guys know, we had 130 questions one time. I'll stay and answer them. So if you have questions you want to stay, if you like the presentation, you'll probably love the Q&A because a lot of great questions come up. Okay. Also, if you guys can use the chat to talk to each other, but I'm not going to really be able to read it on the call. I always read it afterwards. So if you have a question, make sure it gets in the Q&A. Okay, and we are recording this call. If all goes well, it'll work and we'll have the recording. We'll post it for you guys tomorrow. Okay, so here's what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to take you through kind of a process of, I'm going to show you actually how to use the app. It's a live presentation. I'm not doing slideshow or anything like that. I'm going to take you live into the app. I'm going to show you how it works. I'm going to show you how to set it up the right way. I'm going to show you how to slay your power hour. I'm going to teach you what it is that's most important for you to do in your business on a daily basis, because there's a lot of things telling you, you've got a lot of information on what you should be doing. I'm also going to teach you guys how to follow up like pros, okay? And so that people are going to be really impressed with your follow-up. We're going to do all that as quick as I can in about 40 minutes, and then we'll do the Q&A. Okay, so before I even start, I just want to tell you guys a little bit about what the heck Teamzy is. Teamzy is not a tracker. Anyone want to disconnect? No? Yeah, will Teamzy track for you? Of course. But Teamzy is not just a tracker, guys. Teamzy is a lead generation platform. Okay, the difference is tracking is really important, but it's looking in the rearview mirror, right? And looking in the rearview mirror is an important part of driving, but I really want to drive and propel you guys forward. Teamzy is going to propel you to do things. It's going to keep you in the box where you are using the highest and best use of your time. Okay, and when I talk about lead generation, I want you to understand, what do I mean about lead generation? Because we're going to talk about relationships tonight. It's all about relationships. Teamzy is the only platform built upon relationships, upon the value of relationships. So when I say lead generation, this is my definition of lead generation. Are you ready? It's meeting new people and deepening the relationships with the people you already have. Lead generation is meeting new people and deepening the existing relationships you already have. I'm going to show you how Teamzy will help you guys do that as we get going. I'm going to also talk to you guys a lot about the make someone stay mindset. So if you're used to going for no and invite, and cranking through the list and, oh my gosh, my cold market's dead, now what do I do? Well, if that's all frustrating to you, you're in the right place, because we're not going to do any of that. I don't believe you can kill a cold market. I believe you can turn a cold market into a boiling hot market. That's your only option, okay? Especially when you're working relationally. Okay, so let's just kind of jump right in here. I'm going to just jump right into the platform. First of all, oh wait, one more thing I want to tell you guys. Those of you guys who are just here and you're not already using Teamzy, you can get a free trial for 30 days. 30 days free, no strings attached. You don't have to do anything. So go to teamzy.com and get the free trial, okay? You're going to want to do it after you watch this presentation anyways. And I recommend that you get a partner, a success partner for the next 30 days to do it with you. Hold each other accountable to it, okay? All right, let's just jump in here. All right, so now you guys are looking at my Teamzy dashboard. What I'm going to do first is show you how to set it up. So when you get into your free trial, you're going to be inside a setup wizard. Some of you guys have already done this. Some of you have sort of done this. Maybe you need me to show you how to do it better. So I'm going to just go through it really quick. The setup wizard, if you've let go of it, you can get it back by clicking on this little cog wheel thing there, and there it is. Okay, so it looks like this. All right, it's water, people, in case you're really curious. All right. Here's the setup wizard. And the setup wizard makes this so easy, you guys. This is super easy to set up. You can do the whole thing in like 15 minutes. You can go a little deeper and take longer, but seriously, you can be working on this in 15 minutes. All right, so welcome to Teamzy. We're gonna do 3 things. Set an income goal, create a powerful why, and get your contacts imported. Okay, there's little videos to help you as you go. So the first thing we're gonna do is set a goal. Just get a number. Doesn't matter, just get a number, start with that, okay? I put in 150,000. That's the goal I set for, this is where I wanna be in 12 months, okay? That's the income level I wanna be at in 12 months. So now what Teamzy does is it takes that number and it now calculates what I need to do every day in order to achieve that number. So it's telling me that over the next 12 months, I need to connect with, what is that number? 4,348 people in order to hit that income goal. Okay, now I don't know if that seems like, some of you guys are grenade heads and that doesn't seem like a lot. That's a lot to me. But how do you eat an elephant? Have you guys heard this before? I think it's a Zig Ziglar thing that I stole, but he probably got it from someone else too. You eat an elephant one bite at a time, right? One bite at a time. So the next page breaks it down for us. It breaks this down and it takes that big number, 4,348, and it breaks it into 3 groups first. Prospects, customers, coaches. Now, some of you guys like to overcomplicate your life and you've got lists of like 15 different kinds of prospects and things like that. But I want you to know simple is better. Those are the 3 groups. Every human being on the planet falls into 3 groups for you. Coaches on your team, customers that you already have, everyone else, right? Okay, and then it breaks it down into yearly, monthly, weekly, daily, so that my one bite of an elephant, this is what I need to do daily, is this. Connect with 9 prospects, connect with 6 of my customers and 4 of my coaches. And when I say connect, I'm going to explain that as we go. I'm not inviting them to anything necessarily. I'm just connecting. I'm just getting myself in the make someone's day mindset. I want to make their day. I want to invest a second of my life into that relationship. And then of course I've got a goal to invite 3 people and to add 3 people, okay, to my list. All right, so you can change these goals, guys. You can overwrite them to whatever you want. Okay, and whatever is in this box when you hit continue will set your dashboard up for your specific goals. Okay, next page. Finding your why. Finding your why. I don't know if you guys know what I mean by why, but this is really important. And I get this question a lot, like, well, why do we have to find our why to use Teamzy? Like, what does that have to do with anything? And the truth is, guys, it doesn't have anything to do with the software. We just know that if you don't know why, you don't have a strong why, that you're not going to be successful. The only reason we're in this business is because we want to help you be successful. We want you to help as many people as you can. That's how we win, if that makes sense. So it's important to know your why. Why the heck are you a coach? Do you know? Why is being successful important for you? What will it mean to you if you succeed? Why does it matter? What would happen if you fail? Do you know what the implications of that are? It's so important, guys, because here's a newsflash for you. You don't have willpower. Nobody has willpower. In fact, we are all quitters, right? It's hard to take, but it's the truth. Just a little truth moment. We're all quitters. Think about how many things you've quit in your life. You are designed to quit. The only reason you persist sometimes is because you have a reason to, right? And if you don't know the reason why you need to be successful at this business, you're not going to make it. 1 out of 2 coaches quits within a year. 1 out of 2. I don't want that to be you. Okay, so guys, if you've never done this exercise on how to create your why, we built it right into Teamzy so it can lead you through the thinking. Let me show you it real quick. And I go off on these passion tangents. I can't help myself, you guys. It's just, those of you guys who've seen my videos, you know I can't help myself. So what you do is you just answer each one of these questions. This is just for you, right? And it's just to help you think. That's it. Why'd you become a coach? Okay, and some of you guys know my story. I became a coach because I did P90X. I lost 60-something pounds, and people were asking me about it. What do you hope to accomplish? Well, I became a coach because I thought maybe I can make $500 a month extra money. Okay, deep, Real deep reasons for Eric Johnson. Why was that important to you? It was important to me because I hadn't saved any money in 5 years, not a penny. We'd gone through ups and downs through the recessions. You know, by the grace of God, we were holding a serve, but we hadn't saved a penny. So I thought $500 a month would be awesome. I could save some money. What would achieving this mean for you and your family? Well, my first thought was we could get a new house. You know, I really wanted to move us into a larger home. We've got 3 kids, 1 on the way, 100-pound hound, and, you know, we could use more space. Why is this meaningful? How does this make you feel? And so as I got to this last question, I'll just be honest with you guys, I kind of got irritated with this process. This is where I was like, what is this like hippy dippy exercise I'm doing right now? How does this make you feel? And I, you know, I think I walked away from it for a minute, and as I really thought about it, it kind of hit me that the reason I got angry is because I didn't, wanting a new house really wasn't that meaningful to me. I think that the fact that, I wanted a house because I knew deep down inside my family life wasn't right. You know, it just wasn't right. I was working all the time. I'd been working myself to the bone. We hadn't saved any money in 5 years. So that didn't look very promising. I was frustrated at work, bringing that stress home. I never saw my kids, saw them 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening. Working like that makes you unhealthy. It just wasn't right. And I realized at that moment, oh my gosh, this coaching opportunity could be a way to actually design my life in a different way. And that's when it became meaningful to me. How did this make you feel? It made me feel like I had an option, a way out, a way to create the life I always wanted and have the family that I wanted. This is just my experience, guys. Yours will be different, but I want you to kind of understand how this little thinking process can get you there. And then in the very last box, you create your why statement. It doesn't have to be Pulitzer Prize winning, guys. This is just for you. But what you put in this last box will publish on your dashboard. So every day when you do your power hour, you can read your why. It'll give you that little kick in the butt to help you do your connects each day. Okay, so here's my why, was to create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family. I'm present for my kids on a daily basis. I'm healthy and I'm full of energy. So guys, and then when you hit continue, that's gonna now save onto your dashboard. It's there for you. All right, so I had to go off a little bit on my why because it's so important. I don't want you guys to be the statistic of the 1 out of every 2 that quits. I want you guys to be the runaway successes. So you take a minute to do this and think about it. Now, it will change over time, and that's cool because your priorities will shift, but you need to have a reason why. Now, some of you guys are designed to avoid pain. You know who you are. You're the worriers of the world, and that's okay. If you're designed to avoid pain, I want you to write the dark why, which is, what happens if I fail? So that you have that propelling you. That avoidance of failure is just as good sometimes as going for the win, if that makes sense. Okay. There was something else really brilliant that I wanted to share with you on that, but we're just going to have to wait for that. Okay, next. Let's go back into Teamzy. Next step is getting your contacts in, okay? So you've got your why done. Now you're going to get your contacts in. This is so cool, and we've made this so easy, you guys. So easy. 12,000 coaches have done these imports, and every time we've made the system better and easier. So all those people paved the way for you guys. First, you're going to go to the Coach Online office. You're going to get your coaches list for your team, and you're going to export that. This video will show you how, and you put that into Teamzy. Then you're going to get your customers list from the Coach office and put that into Teamzy. Then you'll go get your Facebook friends and put them into Teamzy. They're all going to be there, guys. Organized. You don't have to go through your Facebook messages anymore trying to figure out who to connect with. Okay? And then anywhere else that you have contacts, you can import those to from a CSV file. Okay, so once you get all those in, you're going to have one more step on setup, and it's called ranking. It's called ranking. So I'm going to go to my team page. Now you can see over here I've got this little navigation on the side. Team is where my entire list lives. Okay? So I can break that into my prospects, my customers, my coaches. It's pretty cool. I can also create tags, which create little mini groups of my list. All right. So I'm just going to show you what this ranking thing looks like. When you finish your import, you're going to be in rank mode, which looks like this. I'll turn it on for you. This allows you to crank through your list and give people a score, just like you're ranking in Netflix or Amazon, whatever, okay? You guys have done this a million times. 5 stars is awesome, 1 star is not so awesome, right? Okay, but there's a reason for this. There's a reason for this. First of all, Teamzy will use your rankings to prioritize your list for you because you guys never have to plan your power hour ever again. How many of you guys do power hours? Okay, so I can't see your hands. Usually it's about 20% of the group. You guys know that there's a lot of planning that goes into doing power hour. Not anymore, not with Teamzy. There's no planning. You just turn it on and you go for it, okay? So you're gonna go through these and rank them. That's gonna give you automatically your power hour for all time. Now let me explain what the ranks mean, okay? So a 5-star, this is somebody most likely to become a customer or coach, or an existing customer or coach who's a rock star, okay? They're gonna show up on your list every 30 days just to say hi, just to connect, just to deepen the relationship. Okay, now a 4-star, 4. That's somebody who's likely to become a customer or coach with a little bit of nurturing, okay? Or they're an existing customer or coach who's a real solid performer on your team. You're gonna get a reminder to connect with them every 2 months, okay? A 3-star, now just about everyone on your list is gonna be 3-star. I'm just letting you know. The vast majority will be 3. And everybody will import as a 3 automatically, okay? Because a 3 is somebody you don't really know what they are. They could go either way. They could be excited about the business or take a while to warm up. So these are people who might do something in the future you don't know, or maybe they're an existing customer or coach who's kind of, you know, that occasionally is connecting, somebody that you want to stay in touch with, but not as often. You're going to connect with a 3-star person every 3 months, every 90 days. Okay. Now 2 stars are getting a little bit colder. They're every 4 months. Okay. And then 1 star is kind of that special category where we stick people when we don't want to talk to them. So 1-star people are on your list. You're just never going to get a reminder to connect with them. They're there when you need to look them up. When you import from Beachbody, your do not contacts will drop in as 1 stars. Okay, that's what the rankings mean. So you guys don't be overwhelmed by this. If you have 2,000 Facebook friends, you're like, oh my gosh, I'll never get past this stage. Remember, everybody's already a 3. So what you're going to do is scroll through this list and look for the 4s and the 5s and promote them so that they come up sooner. Does that make sense? Okay, so don't get overwhelmed by this. But what I recommend you guys do, what I would do, but I'm also, remember, I'm the kind of guy that when I moves into a house, I stay up all night and work for 3 days until everything's unpacked. Anyone like that? That's me. So if you're like that, you get a nice adult beverage, put on some music that mellows you out, and crank through your list. Just get it done. Okay, just get it done. But don't let it be a reason not to get started with Teamzy. Everyone starts as a 3. You need to start connecting. Okay, so once that's done, oh, let me show you guys one pro tip on this. When you're scrolling your list, watch this. If I'm scrolling my list, oh, it only goes, Eric, it only goes down to the A's. I can't, it doesn't go any farther. Teamzy's broken. Okay, there's 2 scroll bars. You scroll over the list. See that? Just telling you. Wait a second, it loads more. Okay, you guys with me? I'm just showing you that pro tip because we get that question 3 times a day. I want you guys not to have to ask that. Just know your whole list is there. Okay, awesome. So we got everything set up. Now let's go to the dashboard. Now, once you've set Teamzy up one time, it's set to go. Okay, it's set. So now I want you to picture the scene. I wake up in the morning. I get up about 4:30 every day. I come out here to the world's shed quarters. It's dark out. It's nice and cool and quiet. And I fire up my computer and I do my power hour. And this is, so picture the scene. I'm coming in to do my power hour, which takes about 20 minutes. You ready? Okay. So if I look at my, I've already done a little bit of activity today. I couldn't help it, but you can see my goal was 9 prospects, right? I've got 5 done. See the circle starting to fill in, 4 left. 6 customers, I've got 1 done, starting to fill in. So these little circles give you a little encouragement. Okay, and it tells you how you're doing. Also, I keep track of your dailies. Did you post on social today? Did you do your personal development? Did you do your Shakeology? Did you work out today? Okay, so all that's cool. Now I'm gonna do my power hour. There's my Y right there, there it is. So first on my up next list, this who's up next. Guys, when I talk about slaying your business in less than an hour a day, I want you to get this point. And I know there's a ton of stuff you guys are getting in training on what you should be doing in your business. This who's up next is how you slay your business. You keep your focus small, your business will be huge. Connecting with prospects is the highest and best use of your time. The day you don't connect with prospects is the day you did no work on your business. Okay, you guys understand that? If you're not connecting with prospects today, you did not work on your business today. You were busy, but you did not work on your business. You need to be connecting with people. Okay, so let me show you what we're gonna do. Here's my prospects list. My up next has 4 lists: prospects, customers, coaches, and my follow-ups list, okay? So let me show you how this works. You're gonna start left to right, start with your prospects. My goal was 9. I'm gonna connect with 9 people. Am I gonna send them all cold invites? If you guys know me, you know I would never do that. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I would never do that. That's not me. I don't believe in that. I'm going to connect with somebody with the goal to make their day. That's what I want to do. I just want to make their day. So the first person on my list is Philip Healy, first person today. I use Facebook primarily, so I'm going to jump over to Facebook and I'm going to look him up. There he is. Okay, we're going to send him a message. Now, oh, I want to show you something cool before I send him this message. Let me go back to the dashboard. This new release just came out this week. Oh my gosh, this is the first time I'm going to use it live. I'm so excited. So now if I don't know what I'm going to say to Philip, I can go to scripts. Check this out, you guys. Are you ready? I'm going to go ahead and put that I'm going to do Facebook because that's my plan. Watch this. I'm going to do scripts. It already brings up all my scripts for prospects in Facebook. How cool is that? Here's my first script, okay? So that's the one I'm going to use. I'm going to copy that script. These are in here for you guys. These are all my best scripts. I put them in Teamzy for you to use. Use and abuse. Everything I show you tonight is in here for you to use. Now, you guys can also put your own scripts in and save them so they're here when you want them. So now let me jump over to Facebook. Now check this out. I'm going to paste that script right in to the message. Of course, I got to change the name. His name's not Jane. Bam! Look at that. How cool is that? Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. I didn't even have to type. I love that. Okay, so I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back to Teamzy. I sent him a message, right? And the message was, if you guys didn't read that, the message was, "Hi, Philip. Just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome." Okay, that's it. I'm trying to connect. I'm hoping we'll start a conversation, but I'm just kind of getting it started. Does that make sense? So now I'm just going to log that here. Okay, and that was a Facebook message. When I log that connect, now notice my list moves up. He's off my list. He's a 3. He'll come back in 3 months. Now, if he responds to me, we'll have a conversation. If he doesn't respond to me, I'll connect with him again in 3 months. And I'm not worried about it because I've got 9 people to connect with. The next person on my list is Ashley. Okay. She's actually Ashley and Philip. You know how people have funny ways that they do their Facebook address. I know she's Ashley and Philip. Okay, well, let's see. Here's her work one. Let me see if we're friends on it. Oh, we are. Okay, so I'll send it to this one. Great. Okay, so I could just do the same message to her, okay? Or I could go grab a different script. Look, for example. Let me just do this again. I love this scripts feature. You guys don't even know. Look, here's this one. I'll use this script. "Hi, Jane. It's been a while since I checked in with you. How are you? Hope all's going great." Okay, so now I'm going to go back. Oops, I stopped the sharing. Now I'm going to go back over here to Facebook. Oh, this is so easy. I can't even believe how easy this is, you guys. You guys see how quick this can be? Look, I'm getting responses already from Philip. You see that? See how fast people respond? It's so awesome. Make sure you don't ever forget to change the name. I should put a script in there for when you don't, because I've done it. I usually just make a joke about it and tell them they can call me Paul or something. Okay, so look, so I've now sent her a message. I've sent Phil a message. I've got 7 to go, right? You guys can seriously see how I could do 9 of these in 10 minutes, right? And again, I'm just trying to connect. I'm just trying to make their day. I want them to smile and be like, wait, wow, that was cool to hear from him. Okay? So guys, I mean, if you look right now, how cool is this? He's sending me ships. He's in Baltimore with the Navy for Fleet Week. It's awesome. We're going to have a great conversation about that a little bit later, but I'm going to wait till after the call. Okay. So you guys with me so far? Crank through your prospects list until this circle's all the way blue. Okay, I won't subject you guys to it today, but you get the idea. And when that's all the way blue, then you go to the next one, customers. Okay, and you start connecting with your customers. Now check this out. It's so cool. I love this. I got scripts in here for customers too, which is so much fun, right? Ways to ask for recommendations. Congratulations on great results. How are your workouts coming along? Are you drinking your water and shake? Send me an update. Hi, Jane, just checking in, see if there's anything I can do to make your day. These are all in here for you guys now. You can just use them. Just send them to people all day long. Make their day. It's so important to talk to your customers. Oh my gosh, I don't have time to go deep into this tonight, guys, but you guys got to be talking to your customers. If you're not in touch with your customers, they're going to drift away and quit. They're going to cancel the Shakeology and they're going to drift away back into their old life. For no reason except for they're just moving on. You're not in touch with them. Okay, you have to invest in that relationship. It's a win-win for you guys to stay connected. You want them to continue buying programs and continue drinking Shakeology and supporting your business, maybe even become a coach. And they need to be healthy. That's why they came to you in the first place. If you're not in touch with them and they go back to their old ways, how's that helping them? They're not healthy anymore, guys. Please stay in touch with your customers. If you have not been in touch with your customers and your Beachbody leads, use your free trial Teamzy, start reconnecting with people. And it doesn't take much. Use those dialogues. Make their day, connect with them, see how they're doing. But here's one more thing I'm going to tell you guys. I don't know how many of you guys are done. It's now, what's the date? The 12th of October. How many of you guys are just done with your SC points for the month? You're done. Don't need to do any more sales or challenge backs or anything. We're good. I'll just wait till November. Anyone like that? I'm guessing nobody. If you're not sure where your points are going to come from, I want you guys to know this principle. The absolute hottest and best source of a new lead is your current customer. The hottest and best source of a new lead is your current customer. The people who are using the programs, using Shakeology, and getting great results. Do you have one person like that? That is the person you need to connect with, because guys, they are talking about it to everybody they know. They're talking about it to everybody they know. People are going, "What, girl, what are you doing? You look amazing. You look so great. Oh my gosh, I'm doing this program. I'm making my Shakeology," right? I always tell people a story about, picture the office kitchen where everybody's eating donuts that some vendor brought in, and your customer has got her little containers out and is making this beautiful meal. They're talking about it with everybody. If you're not in contact with them, there's no way you're going to get introduced to their friends that are hearing about it. Does that make sense? So guys, a couple things I want you to know. I don't have a lot of time to do this, but I am doing a training. I think it's just about a month from today. The schedule will be up on the Teamzy page. I'm going to do a 1-hour training on how to do this, how to actually get these customers to multiply themselves. But here's what I want you to do. Just reach out to them, start a conversation, check in, see how they're doing, let them know how much you appreciate them, how proud of them you are. And then ask them if they know anybody who'd be interested in joining the next challenge group. Can you think of anybody? Jane, can you think of anybody who might be interested in joining the next group? It starts a week from Wednesday. They're going to think of someone like this. Why? Because they're talking about it constantly. Okay? So just ask them. Don't ask them, "Oh, will you always refer me?" Just say, "Can you think of anybody?" And when they do, say, "Would you do me a favor and just quickly introduce them to me?" Whatever's easiest for you. A group chat, group text, group Facebook message. Whatever's easiest, just introduce me to them and I'll give them the information that they need. They can take it or leave it. Okay? Just do that, guys. Try that. But you got to be in touch with your customers first. Let Teamzy be your guide through that. And then you're going to set follow-ups, which I'll show you in a minute. If you do that, you just won the lottery, because you now have new relationships to put on your Teamzy list and nurture. A high five for that one. Okay. Yes, I know I'm a nerd. Luckily, I'm already married, so I don't have to worry about my nerdiness. Okay, so next, customers, next coaches. We have to connect with our coaches to, what's the product called? Teamzy. It's about your team. It's about your team. And coaches quit for the same reason, lack of contact. Guys, make their day. Just send them a message. Those of you guys who are superstar diamond coaches on this call, we bow down to you. You also have no excuse not to send a text to your coaches every once in a while, encouraging them. Some of you do it already, and that's why you're so successful. I'm just saying, people will break down and cry when they get that text from you. It's going to be so meaningful. Okay, so do it. Stay in touch with people. Let Teamzy be your guide. Just connect with people. Okay, and people go, well, what about my discount coaches? They're coaches, right? How many people on this call were a discount coach before you got interested in the business? Stay in touch with them. Okay, guys, so we go through here and we go prospects, customers, coaches. And guys, I see some of you guys raising your hands. Just put questions in the Q&A and I'll answer them at the end. So you go through your prospects, your customers, coaches. Use the dialogues that are in there. Create your own, whatever. Your goal is to make their day and connect. So now what happens when they start responding? Right? How do we do it? How do we interact when they start responding? Because what will happen is, I would say that the typical result is probably at least a 50% response rate. So if you're sending 20 messages a day, be prepared to have 10 conversations every day. So now think about this. What would your business be like if you were having 10 new conversations every day? Be pretty awesome. You might be overwhelmed by how busy you are. How many of you are ready to sign up for being overwhelmed with busy in a good way? Yeah, totally. Okay, so guys, here's what you do when they respond. Have a conversation. This is all of your training on how to form, how to learn, how to listen. And your goal, though, on this conversation is to help them. It's to make their day. It's to listen for wants and needs that you can help them with. Okay? And I don't care if it's related to your Beachbody business. Maybe they need a hug. Maybe they need a prayer. Maybe they need a referral to a new dentist. Find a way to help them today. Maybe they need you to make them laugh. Send them a funny gift or something. I don't know. Your goal is to make their day. Now, if you can move that conversation along, and as you continue to go, sometimes it's not going to happen on the first conversation. Sometimes it's going to happen over time. That relationship's not ready. But if you can get that first conversation in the direction of talking about health and fitness, then you have an opportunity to move that conversation to an invite, right? To invite them to a group, a free challenge, whatever, as you're finding that one of their needs can be fulfilled by what you're doing in your business. Does that make sense? Or maybe they're having problems with money and you can bring them to a business opportunity invite. That's the goal. But the goal is not to just connect with people to invite them cold or to make a sale. The goal is to invest in the relationship. Guys, I'm just telling you right now, when you work this way, where you're investing in the relationships every day, it's so much fun. And you can never burn through a warm market because you're not burning bridges anymore. You're building them. Instead of people thinking, oh gosh, here comes Eric with his network marketing business, how annoying, they're going to say, oh gosh, here comes Eric with his network marketing business, how awesome. Do you see the difference? And you're going to feel that way when you're talking to people. You're going to have confidence and excitement because you're working on the relationship, not just trying to get something. Everything you do should be about them. You will receive in spades by giving it to them. Okay, so now let's go in and let me tell you what happens now with that first conversation. So we're going to go back to Teamzy. Sorry, went off. I get so excited. I get so excited talking to you guys. So we messaged my friend Philip, right? And he's already messaging me back. Now let's pretend, for sake of argument, Philip and I have a great conversation. We catch up, find out what's going on in his life, whatever the case may be. And he says, hey, I've been watching you on social media. I'm real excited about what you're doing. Maybe you could help me with my health and fitness. And I would say, yeah, it's awesome. Let's get on the phone and talk more about it. So my goal would be then to move Philip off of Facebook onto the telephone. where I can really get on my notepad and take notes on his goals and find out what he's looking to do. At that point, I'm going to invite him to get a challenge pack, right? I'm going to invite him to one of my challenge groups, right? Does that sound fair to you guys? So how do I do all this with Teamzy? So let's assume we've had this great conversation, we've talked to him, and now I'm going to actually log an invite. I've invited him now to do a 21-day fix, right? Get the challenge pack, start the group, and now I'm going to go back and log it. So here's how I would do it, guys. So later that day or maybe the next day or whenever, I'm going to look him up on the lookup bar right at the top, okay? And that's going to bring me to his record because he's not on my dashboard anymore because we already connected. Does that make sense? He'll come back on my dashboard in 3 months. I need to come in and find him. So here he is. So now I'm going to click connect. And let's say we did an invite to 21-day fix, right? Okay. So, and I did that via email. So what I would do on the phone is I would tell him, hey, I'm going to send you an email. It's going to have all the information that you need, and it's going to have the link to buy your challenge pack, okay? And what I'll do, Philip, is tomorrow I'll check in with you and see if you have any questions. Sound good? He'll go, yeah, Eric, that sounds great. Okay, so guys, I can't just log this because it's going to disappear. I have to set the follow-up. See this right here where it says follow-up? I'm going to set the follow-up now. When did I say I would connect with him again? Tomorrow. So I'm going to set that to tomorrow. Now I can set it for any time and a custom date, but I'm setting this one for tomorrow. And see this little invite box? I'm going to check it because it was an invite. And then what type? It was a challenge group. I don't know if you guys can see all this if you're on your phone, but it's free group, challenge group, business opportunity. So I'm going to click challenge group. Now when I log this connect, it's not only logged it as an invite, but it also set the follow-up. See right there? Follow-up is now set. It used to say default. Now when I go back to my dashboard, check this out. Tomorrow when I do my power hour, I've got my prospects, my customers, my coaches, and when I do my follow-ups, you can see there's Philip on my follow-up list. You see him right there? So I'm going to click on him to do my follow-up. I need to follow up with Brittany and Tara today too. Okay. So how do I do this? This is the important piece, guys. I got to talk to you about this for a second because this is so huge. Did you know that 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up? Do you guys know that stat? 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. If you want to get to the even higher numbers, you go as far as 12 follow-ups. How many of you guys are following up 7 to 10 times? I'm sure there's a few of you, but I bet most of you aren't. So my question for you is, why not? Why not? Is it because you just don't have an awesome system like Teamzy to organize your follow-ups and people fall through the cracks? That could be part of it. Or is it because you feel like you're bugging people, like you're a total pest? Anyone feel like that? Okay, that's the problem that most people have. Here's what I want you guys to know. This is an important principle that you guys need to understand and internalize and own. Are you ready for it? Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. And failing to follow up is showing that you just don't care. What a difference, huh? Which side do you want to be on? The side of love or the side of I just don't care about you? You got to get the BS out of your head that says you're a pest. Somebody comes to you for help about something that makes them as vulnerable as their health and their body, and you tell them you're going to follow up and you don't because you feel like you're annoying them, you're really just letting them down. Do you guys understand that? It's so important to follow up with people. Changing your lifestyle is hard. And even when they're excited talking to you about it, most people subconsciously are scared to death of change, which means they are going to subconsciously avoid your follow-ups for a while. How many of you guys just get people roll over on their back and say, scratch my belly and sell me a challenge pack? No way. Following up is where your coaching begins. Your coaching begins on the follow-up. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to do it in such a way that people thank you for it and never think you're a pest. You ready? Oh, and you're going to love this because now it's built in, so all my scripts are there. Oh my gosh, this is so easy. It's not even fair. It's not even fair. Okay, so I'm going to follow up with Phil the next day. Now check this out. I'm going to go to my scripts. Come on, slow internet. There we go. Look at this. See this? Follow up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 10 of them. You can follow up 10 times without even thinking. You just use my follow-ups. Oh my gosh. This is like shooting fish in a barrel. Okay. Follow up 1. That's the one I'm going to use. Here's my magic words, guys. Hi, Jane. Well, it's actually going to be Philip. Hey, Philip. Just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Guys, this is such a magical follow-up because I told him I'd check in tomorrow, and now I'm doing it, which is putting a deposit in the trust account. I'm using the word I promised, which shows the level of care involved in a follow-up. Let me copy this and use it. Check this out, okay? So I'm not going to actually send this to him on Facebook, but imagine that I did, right? And now I'm going to log it. Okay, so guys, here's my follow-up, but now always set the next follow-up. Okay, tomorrow again. Do I think you should follow up every single day? Heck yes, you should, at least 4 or 5 times in a row. At least 4 or 5 times in a row. Do you understand that? Do not be afraid of this. Trust me. All right, so I'm going to log it. Now look, he's on my list again. Next day, I come back to my list again. This time, I'm going to go back to my scripts. I'm going to go to follow-up number 2. It's so easy, I can't even stand it. I'm going to copy follow-up number 2. I'm going to put it in there. Okay, change the name to Philip. Remember, you're actually sending these from Facebook. Okay, I'm just demonstrating how you do it in Teamzy because I'm not actually ready to follow up with Philip like this yet. Set the next follow-up for tomorrow again. Log it. Day passes, you come back to your list, he's on your list again. You go to your follow-up, you pick number 3. Oh my gosh, you guys, so easy. Are you guys with me on this? Could you guys do this 10 times? Here's what's gonna happen. The 3rd time, 4th time, maybe after 5 days, you might start doing these every couple of days, maybe not every day, and you start to back it off. Here's the thing I want you guys to know about following up like a pro. Very few people follow up like pros. It's going to be impressive as heck. People are going to be so impressed by you. And what's going to happen is around the 5th or 6th follow-up, most people won't even respond until then. Isn't that crazy? But it's true. They'll send you a message that says something like this. You're so awesome. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, you're amazing. And you're thinking, I must be driving this person crazy. But no, they're excited and they're impressed because here's what I want you guys to know is happening with these follow-ups. They talked to you, they were excited. They could tell that you cared for them and you were giving them a program that could help them change their life. Then they went back in their life. Every day they get a positive message from you. Hey, I'm just checking in, how's it going? Hey, and every day that little message from you is reminding them of what can be and that somebody cares. That's why they respond so positively. Now, what happens if you get all the way through all 10 and they never ever respond, just crickets? Will that happen? Sometimes. They're just not ready, and that's fine. You put that follow-up back to default, and you let them go back into your Teamzy flow. Maybe, depending on their rank, it might be 2 or 3 months before you message them again, but they'll never get lost. And then when they come back up, you say, hey, Philip, it's been a while. How are things going? How are you? What's going on in your world? And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad to hear from you. I'm really ready now. Does that make sense? It happens all the time. In fact, there's so many people that got all the way to the point of getting that link to buy and then bought 8, 9, 10 months later with me. And that's just the way it is sometimes. But here's the thing I will tell you. If you are not staying in touch with those people, when they're ready to buy, they will buy it from somebody else. How many times has that happened to you? You got to stay in touch with people. You got to own those relationships. You got to continue serving people and helping them. Does that make sense? That's how you follow up like a pro. And if you're using Teamzy, nobody's ever going to fall through the cracks. All right. So, I'm just quick looking through the chat. It's all good. All right, so Q&A time. That's it. I just wanted to show you. Guys, here's what I want you to know about slaying your business. If you set this up and every day you connect with those people on your dashboard, with your customers, your prospects, and your coaches, and you reach out to them, you're going to be creating all these conversations. Your focus is not, I mean, yeah, I want you to make their day, but I don't want you to be passive either. I don't want you to not try to talk about your business. I just want you to do it when it's in their interests. Does that make sense? When it's interesting to them, when it's helping them. And if you do that, people are going to be really excited to talk to you more about it. You're going to have plenty of opportunities to invite. I honestly believe that nobody can use Teamzy and not hit SC5, 10 and above every single month. I believe that. So prove me wrong. Go use it. Slay your business. And then when people are interested, get them on your follow-up list and do not let them escape that follow-up list. You continue showing them your love. You continue following up until they say, okay, I'm ready, or I'm not ready. Either way, don't let them down. Does that make sense? Okay, guys, you're going to have fun with this. That's the goal. Your business needs to be fun. I'm going to start answering questions. Let's see. So if you have questions, jump in there. Joe asks, how's it going, Joe? Talk about an awesome coach. Okay, I set up my Teamzy a couple months ago. If I decide to get my Facebook friends list again and upload it into Teamzy again, will I end up with duplicates or will only the new people get added? Great question, Joe, and you're going to love the answer. Only the new people will get added, okay? Which is awesome. Now, when you started, Joe, I think that it wasn't like that, but it is now. Allison says, how do I get the free t-shirt? My fellow coaches have one and I need to earn one too, feeling left out, LOL. Sorry, Allison. Last thing we wanted you to do was feel left out. So those of you guys who have seen those shirts, we bought 1,000 purple racerback tees that were awesome, next level, you know, the kind you guys love, right before Summit. And we sent an email out and said, do you want a free t-shirt? Respond to this email. And those shirts were gone in 3 hours. Crazy. Crazy. So Allison, I don't have one to send you, but we're going to do something else pretty cool. Some more Teamzy swag on the way, so hang in there. Okay. Lori says, is there a way for Teamzy to find duplicates in the database? No, there's no way for Teamzy to do it. It's on our list. We'll eventually get there. We've just got more exciting stuff to build first. But what you can do, Lori, is if you go to your team and sort it by name, you can scan through and look for dupes. And if you see one, you just hit the little trash can next to it and drop it in the trash. Allison says, when I friend new people on Facebook, do they automatically import or do I need to add them manually? Boy, that would be awesome if they could automatically import. But no, Facebook does not play with other apps at all. They don't really cooperate, so you're going to have to add them. It's really easy to do, though. Let me show you how to do it really quick. Okay. So Allison, right here, see this little add contact? You get a new Facebook friend, you add them in. See how easy it is? You're going to have to send me a friend request now that I've added you to my list. Now she's on my list. I can tag her. So I've got a couple tags that I use for somebody like Allison. Okay, so now she's in all the groups I want her in. Great. And then I can set a follow-up for her for tomorrow, and I can add the next person. It only takes a second. That's how I would do it, okay, when you get new people. Now, you also get rewarded for that, guys, because on my dashboard, I get this little circle when I get ads, and you're going to want to get that every single day. So you definitely want to do that. Okay, let's see here. Next. We answered that one. Allison, again, you are my star tonight, Allison. Not a question, but rather a hope for the future. Wish there was a way for Teamzy to be connected to my Facebook and Instagram account, so when I connect, it auto-registers for me. Yeah, we all wish that. That would be awesome. But that, Allison, will probably never happen because I don't think that Zuckerberg is really concerned about what we do. He's worried about ruling the world. Sorry. Okay, Miranda says, how do you develop a relationship enough to invite people every day if you're only in contact with them every 3 months? Miranda, you are connecting with people constantly, every single day, 20 people a day. You're cranking through your list. People that have shown interest that you are responding with, you're connecting with more. Does that make sense? you're having a conversation with them. And if they show interest, now you're going to move them to your follow-up list where you're going to stay in constant contact with them. But some people you're going to say, hey, you know, hey, Miranda, just checking in. How are you doing? I hope you're having an awesome day. And she's going to say, thanks, Eric, I'm good. Or she'll send me the thumbs up or whatever, which is fine. The relationship's not very warm yet. I'm going to leave you on my list. And when you come up again, I'm going to connect again. And over time, people get warmer, if that makes sense. Okay. Where is it? These questions are coming in fast because my list keeps moving before I can click it. Kim says, how easy is it to add new contacts after the initial setup? Well, Kim, I just demonstrated how easy that was. Hopefully you saw that. Also, you can do the mass imports again at any time and it will not create duplicates. Mariana says, do you include the times you chat with people about the program or do you leave those out? I'm concerned I won't log all the contact. Mariana, that is a great question. This is a good question. And I really want to answer this for you guys because here's the thing I want you to know. Logging all the contact doesn't matter that much. You need to log that you made contact and keep people on the schedule, but like going back and logging every single little exchange you had after that initial contact isn't really that important. Now you can, what I sometimes do, and I'm not even good about doing it all the time, but maybe I'll take the whole conversation at one point and copy the whole thing and go back and paste it into the original connect so it's all there. But honestly, guys, starting conversations and having them is the most important thing to do. If you get all caught up in logging everything, then you're back looking in the rearview mirror. Does that make sense? All right, so I hope that helps. All right, Irma says, as I add new friends on Facebook, do I re-upload contacts? If so, will it reset the ones I already had in there? I just answered this. No, it won't. If you do a mass import, it won't recreate the people you have in there, just add the new people, but it's easiest just to add them as you go. Miranda says, do you follow up even if they haven't said they want to do a fitness journey? Just expressed interest in talking to you? Yeah, really a follow-up is just reminding you to continue talking to them. So there's other times when you might set a follow-up too. Like if I just met you, Miranda, like if you and I just became friends on Facebook and I don't have time to message you, I may set a follow-up for tomorrow to remind me to send that message like, hey, it's great to be connected with you. And it may just be that one time, and then I may just let you go into my flow. Aaron says, is there a way to detect duplicates who are on Facebook and the TBB customer lists? Okay, if they are the same name or the same email address, Aaron, Teamzy will filter them out. However, so often people have a different email address they use on Facebook and a different email address they use in TBB. Or on Facebook, they have their maiden name or whatever. So in those situations, Teamzy can't tell that it's not the same person. So you will get a few duplicates that you will have to delete, okay? But the vast majority of them will be deleted out, if that makes sense. All right. Melinda says, is there a Teamzy app? There's not a Teamzy app, but there is a Teamzy web page. It's mobile, so you can use it on your phone. It's really easy. What you do is you go to your browser, which is the Safari on iPhone and Chrome on Android phone. Okay, that's what I mean by browser. You go to that, you go to teamzy.com, log in, and once you get to the login page, save it to your home screen. And then what you have is this cool little Teamzy icon on your phone. See it right there? And that takes you right in to the mobile page. Your sign-in's right there. And you sign in, and then you've got Teamzy mobile, ready to rock and roll. Do connects. I don't know if I can turn that so you can see it. You see that? Now what's cool? Now guys, I just want to give you a little pro tip on this, those of you guys who are using this. When you toggle back and forth between Teamzy and say Messenger or your text app, you just double click the button on iPhone, okay? And you toggle. Don't go to your dashboard and keep hitting that saved home screen button, or you're gonna have to log in every single time and drive yourself insane. I just made a few people's days by saying that. Juanita says, what is the default date set to for follow-ups? Great, so if it says default for follow-up, that means that it's set based on their number rank, okay? If they're 5-star, that's 30 days. If they're 4-star, 60 days. If they're 3-star, 90 days. If they're 2-star, 120 days, okay? 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. That's it. And if they're a 1-star, they don't have a default follow-up. Portia says, this system rocks. I agree. You're right. I'm trying to up my convo game though. Do you have any resources you can point me to get better at it? Or maybe some advice, especially when people are very short when responding. For example, when you ask them how they're doing, they reply with, I'm fine. Okay, so Portia, those are great questions. Some great books. If you haven't read the classic book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, you should get that. Start there. If you have not read that one, right? If any of you haven't read that book, you should read it. It is amazing, okay? That's a great place to start. Another one that I love, one of my favorite books ever, is called Love is the Killer App. I swear when I read that book, I wrote it. That's how much I loved it. Any of you guys have seen my things, you're like, no wonder that's his favorite book. Okay, there's a couple of good books, but here's what I'll tell you. If somebody says I'm fine, what they're telling you is, I don't really know that I want to have a conversation with you right now on Messenger. Or maybe they're just doing something else and they shouldn't have answered you. I don't push it. I've got 15 other people to message in the next 20 minutes. So I just say, well, I'm so glad to hear that. Awesome. Let's stay in touch or talk to you soon. Boom. Smile emoticon, next person. Now, what's kind of crazy is, I'll give you a perfect example. Somebody who came on my Teamzy list every 3 months, 3 times in a row. So 9 months. I sent them a message. Nothing. Crickets. The third time they came up, I'm going to send them a message, and I'm kind of like, do I even want to message them again? They're not even responding at all. But here's the thing, guys. I know the system works, so I trusted the system. I sent that third message. Guess what the response was? Hey, Eric, great to hear from you again. I'd really like to talk to you more about becoming a Beachbody coach. I was like, whoa, okay, we haven't even had a conversation yet, but sure thing. When do you want to have a call? So you never know, because people are watching you on social and everything like that. So I hope that helps, Portia. All right, Joe says, can you talk about your approach with connecting with colleagues on LinkedIn? Would it be different than Facebook friends? It's just, LinkedIn is a little bit more professional. It depends on if I know them personally, Joe. So my answer would be, if I know them personally, I would probably use the exact same dialogues I would use on Facebook. If I've only met them through LinkedIn and through, interconnections or whatever, then I might just be a little bit more professional in my wording. But it would still be the same thing. It would be like, hey, I saw you on my LinkedIn. I just wanted to say hello. How are you? Hope you're having a great day. Okay. Now, the other thing about LinkedIn, Joe, to keep in mind is that people don't look at LinkedIn every day like Facebook. So it may be weeks before they ever see your message. So on LinkedIn, you really are planting a seed and you don't know when it's going to germinate. So just keep that in mind. All right. Kim says this is available on app. I just answered that. It's a mobile web page. Great. Mariana says, if you set a goal for your prospects, coaches, etc., how do you change the goal number? Awesome question. Let me show you. It's super easy. So easy. You love this. Right here on your dashboard, edit daily goals. See that? Click that. Takes you right back to your income goal, which you can change or keep the same. Hit continue. All right, and then continue again. So you're back in your setup wizard, basically. Now you can change these numbers here. Okay, like I can set that to 99 if I want to be crazy nuts. And then once you've continued once, it saves, then skip it. Now you can see, look, I have 89 to go. All right. Easy peasy. Okay, let me get rid of that one. Mark says, amazing call. I love it. Oh, thank you, Mark. Are you using it to follow up Instagram, Snapchat, new people? How? Via tag? Great. Yes, you can use it for all of those. And in fact, if you look right here, you'll see we've got Snapchat, LinkedIn, Instagram as options. And you've also got other, because we can't put everything. Your list will go forever. Okay, so if there's one you wish it was there, just use the other one. How do you do it? Well, a couple things you can do is you can tag people. So when you bring them in from Instagram, you tag them as an Instagram lead, and then they'll be in a tag group. Okay, so when you're on your team page, you can go, I think I actually have Instagram leads. Yeah, so look. So you create a tag group, and then everybody in that tag group, I don't have anybody tagged with it right now, but everybody in that tag group would be here, and you can work that as a separate list if you want to. Okay? All right, which is great. So for example, I definitely did things like when I was doing a challenge group every month, I would have a challenge group. So this was my January challenge group, right? So everyone in the challenge group is here, so I could go through this once a week and just message these people. Does that make sense? Best tags to use when making groups, Allison asks. So I would definitely look at what are the groups that you want to connect with specifically besides just who's coming up when they turn up. So challenge group is a great, any sort of group like that is a great, welcome to coaching group. Those are great groups to have and as a tag so that you can follow up more directly. Also, I like to tag all the products that people buy so that, like, hey, these people did 21-day fix. Now it's a great time for me to go back and talk to them about Autumn's newest program, whatever. Okay? All right. And you guys probably have, you guys watching it probably have more ideas than I do on how to use those. Joe says, is there a plan to be able to reset defaults for follow-ups? For example, when will we be able to set a person for weekly follow-ups outside of manually changing it each time? Sorry, John, you needed some water. We have on our list that it's been requested that people change the follow-up times. I can't tell you exactly when that'll be because we still have some really big, important pieces that we're working on that you guys need. So we just released the scripts, which I showed you guys tonight, which I'm excited about. And you can also now send individual emails from the dashboard, which is really cool. We're working now on bulk emails and a couple other things that are big. So when we get all the big stuff done, Joe, that's when we're going to attack the list of small improvements, and that's going to be one of them. Okay. Ashley says, what about the people that already have a coach? Do you take them off your list or still connect with them? Well, Ashley, here's how I'll answer that. It just depends on the relationship that you have with them. If somebody's your friend, I wouldn't stop talking to them because they have a coach, right? But I also would be careful not to try to poach them from someone else. You just got to have integrity. I look at my list like this. I don't look at my list as, is this a real legitimate prospect or not? If it's a human being that I want to connect with, I leave them on my list because here's what I believe. I believe that connecting with people creates its own momentum in your life. And I don't ever know where the business is going to come from. And sometimes it's not direct business. Sometimes it's another blessing in my life that happens from connecting. So connecting itself becomes the most important thing that you do. So I leave people on there that I want to connect with, whether or not they could ever do business with me. But that's just me. Does that make sense? Okay. So you're going to have to use your own judgment on that. Mark White says, I love the new email feature. Thanks. Is the new email only through Gmail? Yes, it's only through Gmail. Okay, so people ask why only through Gmail. Here's why. 97% of our users have Gmail accounts. That's the easiest reason. But also, Gmail is the most used email. They also are the only open platform email. So we can use them to actually develop our software on top of. So it's going to continue to be Gmail. If you guys have, you can get a Gmail email address in about 12 seconds. So if you don't have one, just get one and start using it. Josh says, does this work very well on mobile devices? It works awesomely on mobile devices. Yes, it does. Mark says, can we add scripts to the new scripts feature? Yeah, let me show you how to do it. Am I still sharing my screen? I am still sharing my screen. Perfect. Okay, so here's how you do it. You go under scripts and you click right here. See that new script? Bam! And you write your script. You can paste it in if you already have them somewhere, right? You create your script, you put the title on there, and then you put your tags in. So is this for prospects? If you don't put these tags in, guys, it's harder to find it later. And I'm going to use these for text messages, let's say, okay? And then you save your script. You type in your script. Hold on. Type in your script. See, as soon as I type, I get the save button, okay? So then I save my script. Boom, and there it is. Now, if you don't put a filter on the script, you'll have to, when you come in later, you're going to have to clear your filters in order to find it. And then if you want to delete the script you already have, you just go into it and bam, delete it. Okay. You can't delete my scripts, sorry. The ones that are Teamzy scripts, you won't be able to delete. Pretty cool though, right? Okay. What else we got here? What was the second book title? Love is the Killer App. APP. Killer App. In fact, I have it right here on my desk because it's like my favorite book ever. Here, let me stop sharing so I can show you. Here it is. Now, this is the hardback, which is out of print. I think the paperback is a red and white thing, but that's the book, okay? All right. Juanita says, can you separate Instagram contacts from Facebook contacts? Yes, and the way to do it, Juanita, is with tags. Now, one thing that's really cool is when you do an import, you can actually tag the whole import. Let me show you how to do it. Okay, so when I'm doing an import, if I'm not in the setup wizard, you do it by going to team and right here where it says import, okay? Let me just see if I have a Facebook file handy. I'm getting slow internet. It's because I pulled out the book from the 1990s internet guy that I just got 1990s internet. Sorry. All right, so Juanita, I'm gonna go, oh, here we go. Okay. My slow internet, is that probably my computer? Okay, so I have, here it is, look, I have one. So here's my Facebook download I recently did. So I'm gonna I'll just show you, this Friends HTM is the file that imports for Facebook. My video explains that. So when it brings in this import file, guys, once it's uploaded, check out this little advanced import options thing pops. If I toggle that on, now I can tag this whole import as Facebook friends. If it was an Instagram list, you could tag it as Instagram. Now, why is that important to do? Because every time that I connect with somebody, I can look at details and I can see where I got them from. That way I know, like, oh, this person's on Facebook, this person's on Instagram, this person's on LinkedIn. That lets me know what to open up to message them if you don't know when you see them. Does that make sense? Okay. And now you guys can see live how quickly it imports a list of 1,594 people. It does it in like minutes, moments, seconds even. Melissa says, is there a way to import people you follow on Instagram, or are you adding them individually? Okay, so Instagram and Facebook like pages don't let you do an export. So look, that's done. You can see that it already imported all those. Wait, let me just show you this really quick because it's pretty cool. So if I go to my import history, you can see this was the one I just did, right? Click view results, and I want to show you. It actually created 0 contacts because I just imported this list earlier. So all of them were exceptions. So that just shows you guys that it does not duplicate stuff. Okay, so what I was going to say about Instagram and Facebook like pages is they don't provide an export feature. There's no way to get the data from them. And we've tried everything. We've tried every way to cheat around it and get the data for you. The reason why we can't steal it is because Facebook does the thing where they give you like 20 and then you have to scroll to the bottom of the page and load more. So there's no way to see your whole list at once. Otherwise, we would have found a way to rip them out for you. So you have to do them manually. Here's what I recommend you do if you want to get all those contacts in to a list, is you get like an idle teenager that you have laying around in your life, right? I know a lot of you guys are really young and you don't have, your kids are like babies, but there's got to be an idle teenager in your life that could do that for 20 bucks or whatever. They create a spreadsheet for you, first name, last name, email address, right? Or Instagram handle. And then you save that spreadsheet as a CSV and import it, bam, right in. Tag them all for whatever they are. Okay, that's how you do it. What is the send email feature in the invite type? Wow, this is a new feature, Nicole, that is so cool. And this is exactly what Mark was saying he loves. So when I go to send somebody a message, I can actually do this new send email thing. Instead of actually just logging it, I can actually send it. So this is going to create an email that I can send to her. And when I send the email, which, by the way, I can use my scripts. Okay, so you guys put your scripts in here. I put a couple in here, but just to get you started. But put all your email scripts in there. Those of you guys who use Gmail, you have all of those canned responses. Put them all in Teamzy, and then you can just grab them and you can just send it. So if I wanted to use this script for her, and I hit send as email, it's now going to put it in the email box, and I just edit it and send it. Pretty cool, huh? Man, I love that. What is it I just saw? It says email now. That's probably the same question, Irma, that I just answered. Sherry says, can you add the choice of Facebook wall? We changed it to just be, wait, did we change it? Okay. This is going to change to just Facebook. So instead of Facebook message, so you can use it for both. Otherwise, Sherry, just use other. Is there going to be a recording of this webinar? Yeah, it's still recording, so it looks like it's going to be good. And we'll put it up on Facebook tomorrow. You guys will also get an auto email in like 2 days from what is this thing called? Zoom, with the link as well. What were the tags about, Sherry asks. Tags are a way to group people. So you can tag them with things, with details that you want to remember, so you can have a group. So I tagged all my Facebook friends as Facebook friends. That way, if I want to see who are my Facebook friends, I can go to that group. Megan says, I feel like you answered this, but when I click to add contact and type in someone's first and last name, then find out later I already added them, is there a way to fix that? Yeah, you just delete one of them by clicking on the trash can. Okay, so if you're on team, you can see they all have this little trash can. You just click on that and it will delete them, okay? If you're on the dashboard and you want to delete somebody, you do it like this. Trash can, the delete's down in here, okay? I missed the new email feature. How can I review it? Mariana. Okay, Mariana, are you on? I'll show it one more time. When you're going to connect, like with Tarnisha right here, and you want to do email, you click send email right here in the type, and it brings up your email. You can send her an email right from here as long as your Gmail's connected. If your Gmail's not connected, it's no big deal. As soon as you try to do that, it's going to go connect your email. It's going to pop it up. And then you can also browse email scripts that you may have saved already or that I've saved for you, okay, that you can send. All right. I hope you got that, Mariana. Did you? Miranda says, how do you use the scripts on your phone? Miranda, it's not available on mobile yet, but it's coming very soon. We didn't want to wait to release it to you guys. Kim says, what if you have more than one Gmail account? Can you import all? Okay, you can import your contacts from all your Gmail accounts, yes. You can only associate one email service with Teamzy, so you have to choose the one that you want to send emails from. Just a little tip on this, Kim. If you make sure that you are already logged into Gmail on the account you want to associate, because it doesn't ask you which one you want, it just grabs the one you're logged into. So log into the Gmail you want to use with Teamzy before you try to connect it. Mark says you just made my day. Thanks, Mark. That's my goal. Different Mark says, are you following up with people one time a day, then come back the next day during your power hour? Some people start chatting and expect me to talk to them all day about anything. Great question. You don't have to respond every time you get a message. It's totally fine to set times in the day where you're responding to messages. In fact, you're going to keep your sanity that way. Now, those of you guys who are new and you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to sell my first challenge pack, you're going to be chasing messages all over the place. That's fine. But it's totally fine to send your messages out and then respond a little bit later. People tend to be most active in the morning and the evening, I find, on messaging, probably because they work in JOBs. Sorry. But so, you know, you might set aside some time in the morning, 30 minutes, and 30 minutes in the evening to respond to messages. Efrain says, if I had the trial and let it expire, can I get back on with a paying account and my contacts will still be there? Yes, sir, they're still there. They're just waiting for you to come back to them. Mariana says, just wanted your opinion, leads from Beachbody. Do you like to star them as a 3, 4, or 5? They come in as a 3, and only on a couple occasions have I promoted them. But what I do, Mariana, is actually I put 2 of my email follow-ups that I use in Teamzy for you. But I send them an email, and then I try to text them immediately after I send the email. But a lot of those phone numbers aren't mobiles. But I try to send them a text message that says, hey, Mariana, I just sent you an email. I'm your Beachbody coach. Hopefully you get a chance to read it and we can connect. That way they'll look at the email. And then I set them a follow-up for 2 weeks. This is the way I do. So when I get a lead, I send them right away, and I set a follow-up for 1 week. I set a follow-up for a week. I don't follow up the next day, because they're not hot leads, right? And then what I do on the second follow-up it's not, I've already sent my introduction. The second one is specific. It's, hey, I have a group starting on this date. Would you like information on it? I found I got better results. Now, better results, like 2% conversion rate, but still, they're free leads. What are you going to do? Sherry says, how do you go to the group then? So if you want to go to a group that you've created with a tag, you go to your team page right here, and your tags are all listed right here. Okay, so if you click on one of these, you'll see the people that are in that group. Okay, there's my Facebook friends list. Okay. Joe says, can you go over some of the analytics teams you can show? For example, how often did I hit my daily goals or miss them? Okay, so on the dashboard, there's some analytics here which show you how you're doing on your goals last month, last week. They show you how you're doing on your personal development and being a product of the product. But if you go to the business page, there's some great analytics, and there's more that are coming. This page has a lot of data, so it will take a couple seconds to load. It shows you the growth of your business over time. It shows you your activities. It shows you how many connects it's typically taking for you to get a sale, right? How many sales typically before you recruit a coach. And so these are really important ratios to have, and they kind of give you a lot of information about how you're doing, right? And where you can work on things. But also, this is kind of cool because you have this activity history, and it shows you everything that you did. And you can filter this activity history, so you can just look at your connects or your invites. You can look at sales. You can look at your dailies, like see how often you did your part of the product stuff, right? See how you're doing there. So that's some pretty cool stuff. Josh says, what are the tabs? Promote, Business University. So these are different areas that I haven't shown. Promote right now is under construction. We moved everything that was on the promote page to the scripts button. But what's going to live on promote is going to be bulk email campaigns, bulk email marketing, which is coming soon. University is where you go to get your training videos, your FAQs, things like that, right? And then also you're going to get things in here. There's a whole online community that you can browse, which is pretty cool. So people have set up all kinds of things. This is where you can recommend new things or get on a discussion with other users. Okay, so one of the things also I want to show you guys is this button down here, right down here in this corner, this big purple help button. If you run into any trouble with anything, just click that. Irma says, this is awesome. Yeah, you're right. It is awesome. Okay, how are we doing? Sharon says, Sharon, I got a new person. Love it. If I set up my Teamzy account with my Comcast email, how do I switch to my Gmail email for Teamzy? So you can keep your Comcast email as your account email, and you'll get emails from us there. But when you go to send an email from Teamzy, it's going to ask you to log in with Gmail. So make sure you're logged in to Gmail on your computer, and then it'll just grab it, if that makes sense. And then when you send an email, just so you guys know, the reason why we do this is you don't get an email that says, this email was sent by Teamzy Inc. on behalf of Sharon. No, it's just a Gmail. It's just straight Gmail. It sends it to your Gmail account, and then it goes out through your Gmail account, which is kind of cool. Once you tag people, how do you go to the different groups? I just showed that. It's on the team page. Mariana says, great tips on leads, thanks. Sherry says, thank you. Oh my gosh, got through all the questions, guys. 48. 48 questions done. All right, so let me just stop my share for a second, look at you guys for a second. We'll tie this up. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I hope it was really useful to you. My goal is that you use Teamzy, blow your business up, and have fun doing it. Help a bunch of people. That's our goal. Please tell your teams about it to use it too. Get them on the free trial. We give everybody a 30-day free trial because we're confident that you can get great results in that first 30 days. After 30 days, it's $29.99 a month, which is less than the commission on one Shakeology sale. Okay, so if you use Teamzy, it's going to pay for itself. But you got to invest. You got to invest in your business. It's a business expense. You write it off your taxes. It's an investment to leverage your time. Just like the top coaches in the network, you get your own personal assistant for $29 a month. So thank you guys for being here with me. I hope it was very useful to you. We will post this recording on Facebook tomorrow. You'll also get it in your email, but it'll be on Facebook so you can share it with your teams. Thank you for using Teamzy. If you have questions, Send them to support@teamzy.com. And I'll sign off and talk to you guys soon.